Welcome to Dad Lads and Rugby League. We're here with Sam Hallas, Bradford superstar.
Sam, how are we?
I'm alright, mate, yeah, you?
Yeah, good mate, Tam. We're going to talk about all your highs and your lows, full career.
More loss than that.
We're going to start with a low, unfortunately. So obviously this year, season-ending injury about 3 months ago.
Yeah.
How's recovery and rehab going?
Alright, yeah, we're not too bad, so yeah, I'm about 10 week post-op now, so I did my shoulder against Wakey, and then sort of played for another few weeks after that, just completely knackered it, so full reconstruction, and then, yeah, another 2 weeks and I'm back on golf course,
It's a lot, man.
which is
in time for off-season.
Yeah, which is main thing, we're not going well.
Oh, good stuff, good stuff. We're going to go right back to the beginning and how it all started, and then we'll go from there. So tell us about the beginning of your career and where it started and what got you into rugby league.
Yeah, so I always played football growing up.
Alright. I bet you want to keep away.
No, in little nets a lot. I was always a footballer, but rugby league had always been in my family, so I, Graham, played, and like my dad and my uncles played like amateur throughout. So I've always watched it and was always a fan growing up. And then when I went to high school, I went to school with Ashton Golding. We were in the same year. That's where I met him.
Right, yeah.
And his geography teacher was rugby teacher as well. And we just got nattering about rugby one day. And he said, "Oh, you want to come down to training for school?" So I went down. Found out I really enjoyed it. And then Ashton said, "Oh, do you want to come down to Stanley?" So I went down to Stanley, and that's where I left football, carried on with rugby.
So as a Bradford fan, growing up,
Yeah.
going to a club like Stanley, what's full of Leeds, how was that?
To be fair, like it didn't bother me so much. I was quite a shy kid,
Yeah.
so I tend to all just a Great Britain top or something. So I don't think anyone had a clue who I supported. But yeah, I was quite shy, and rugby brought me out of my shell a little bit. To be fair, like when I played football and go to school and stuff, I was cripplingly shy.
Right.
But yeah, rugby proper brought me out of my shell, and yeah, I didn't really get too many jibes. I don't think many people knew I supported Bradford, which were alright.
Yeah, well obviously it's known for producing talent as Stanley, likes of Jamie Peacock, Jamie Jones Buchanan, etc. Did you have any idols growing up then once you got into rugby? Who did you look up to?
Yeah, so I was Paul Gallen.
Right.
I was a big Paul Gallen man because he was just a short, tough thing. And I'm short. Don't know so much about being tough, but I'm short. So he was a big idol of mine. Obviously, Burgess's growing up, coming from England, went over there and killing it. Adrian Morley. And
All middles.
All middles, yeah.
Middles.
Probably my first one who I remember looking at and thinking he's something else was Stu Fielding in his Bradford days. So yeah, just all middles, just like that collision bit of it. I thought just liked watching all that.
So obviously had a little bit of success at Stanley, and then Leeds come knocking.
Yeah.
15-year-old, was it?
Yeah, 15-year-old. I got offered scholarships. So I got offered by Leeds and Bradford. But
Right.
Bradford were going through a bit of turmoil at the time. And my dad said, "Look," he said, "if you want to make a career out of this, you've got to take who you support out of it. And you've got to make a bit of a sort of career choice here." And Leeds just went. Leeds were obviously the more attractive option at the time. So yeah, signed with Leeds at 15.
That makes sense though, because they've always been known for good academies, good reserves and that, so probably the correct decision.
That's it.
So you get scholarship, progress through academy, reserves, captain 19s, is that right?
I think I'm off for a brief spell, yeah.
Success, did you win grand final?
No, I don't think we ever got to a grand final. I think the best we did was a semi. I think we got to a couple of semi-finals, but like I say, some of the players that were in that team, we had some ridiculous talent in there.
Can you name some?
Yeah, so my first year, we had like Rob Malone, Liam Sutcliffe, Ash Hanley, Elliot Minchella, George Lilly were there, Ashton. I'm going to forget some people here. Robbie Ward. Ward were unbelievable.
Stacked with
yeah,
a lot of players who've gone on and done a lot.
Brad England, he just had ridiculous talent. Loads of it.
Also for that period you represented England, I believe.
Yeah, played England Youth and England Academy, yeah. Again, played with some unbelievable players in that. And that were a mad feeling. Like, I remember getting the letter, my sister rang me and said, "Oh, you've been picked for England." I said, "What on earth are you talking about?" I were on my way to English or something at the time, and my sister gave me a ring and she said, "Oh yeah, I've opened your letter." Like, "Well, why have you done that?" It says Sam Hallas, it says RFL on it. "Why have you opened it?" She went, "I don't know, I knows it." So she opened it and ruined that surprise. And then Ashton got a letter as well, and he went home, came in the following day, and he'd been picked as well.
So gone from Stanley right through to England.
Yeah, right through England. So
who did you play France or Australia?
We played France, so we played 2 or 3 tests against France, and then we played one against Wales as well. So Wales were away down at, I can't remember where, Taft's Wells or something it were called.
Right.
So that was a good experience, to be fair.
Great achievement, great achievement. So from 19s, developing to first team at Leeds full time.
Yeah, full time.
Who head coach then, Brian Mack?
Brian Mack, yeah. So it went like it came about. So I've been a prop all the way through, and then obviously just didn't grow since I was about 12-year-old. And then I remember me and my agent at the time, Craig Harrison, sort of sat down and said, look, if we're going to progress at first team here, probably not going to be as a prop. So we had a word with Brian Mack, and he said, well, have you thought about playing 9? So I said, never even thought about playing 9, no. So I went to 9, I had to lose a load of weight, because I was well over 100 kilo, and lost a load of weight, I had to work on my passing and all that, and my game, and it was a mad transition, but you know, it was a great experience.
Then you finally get the knock on the door to make your Rhinos debut. Magic weekend. Yeah. As you've already said, football background, St James's Park, that must have been. Yeah. What was that like, getting that call?
Mad. So I were originally 18th man. Right. And we were on the bus, and I think it was Rob Burrow said, he said, oh, do you know you're playing? I says, no. I said, I'm 18th man. They went, oh no, Frog Brett Delaney's dropped out. Right. So I'm like, right, okay. So didn't hear out of it, didn't believe it till Mac were going to tell me. And then all of a sudden we were in the hotel stretching before, and Brian Mack came over and went, you know you're playing, don't you? I went, no. He went, yeah, you're on bench. Like that. And I thought, to be fair, like, looking back, it didn't give me any time to think about it. It's probably the best way of doing it. I've probably appreciated how he went about it, because I think if he'd have told me like day before, he'd have been stewing on it. So I thought, it literally just came up, break blasé. So that were... Yeah, I thought it was a good way.
Did your family manage to get together?
Yeah, so they were going anyway. Right. And then I remember at the end of the game, there was like a big commotion at the bottom of the stand, and I looked over, I thought, there's a good fight happening here or something. And it was my dad throwing stewards out of the way, trying to get to the sideline, give me a thumbs up. So, brilliant. Yeah, we were right.
Unfortunately, it wasn't a great day though, was it?
No,
40-8 loss.
Yeah, we got bad. Yeah, we got absolutely bad. I think we were struggling at the time. Leeds were struggling at the time anyway, I think.
I think that's year they were in bottom 8, so whatever.
Yeah.
Who were it against?
Yeah, played Wigan. Yeah, we played Wigan and we got absolutely bad. I remember there was a loose ball on floor, and I remember thinking, if I scoop this up and got length, what a time this will be. And before I even thought about thinking that Sam Tompkins had picked it up and George Williams run at sticks. So.
Oh wow. At that time, so you went on and made 3 more appearances, but at that time, do you think, right, this is it, I've made it now, I've got my face in first team, that's my future done, ready to go?
Not really, no. I just thought because I'd moved so late, and then we had, I think that was the year Bo Falloon were there, and then Bo left, and we brought in James Seguiaro for back end of the year, and he was Chico, and unbelievable, unbelievable. I half thought maybe I'll get another year to develop under him, but then obviously Chico left, they brought in Matt Parcell, and I kind of thought that my writing wrong wall at that time. I just had a feeling, so. Yeah.
So following year, get sent to Bradford for started off a 1 month loan, I believe.
Yeah, 1 month rolling loan.
What did you think of that? Were you happy to be going to your boyhood club?
Yeah, so Mac told me that I was going to be going on loan. He said probably look at League One. So I didn't really know we were in League One, to be fair. But I didn't really know who I'd be going on loan to. And then he pulled me in sort of a week later and said, Brad, you know, you're going to go on loan to Bradford. There'll be you, Mikelai, Josh Jordan Roberts and John Lilly to start with, and then Cam Smith came later on. But yeah, walking through the door, and first person I saw was Leon Price, and like I say, walking, there's all these pictures of legends on the wall, and it were a bit, it were a mad moment.
Right, turned into a full year there. On loan.
Yeah, it was an interesting year and all that.
Is that when they went for administration?
Yeah, so they just come out of admin. Yeah. They literally built this squad from ground up, and to be fair, and then they brought in like Scott Moore halfway through, and people like that. Dane Chisholm came back halfway through a year, and it were a mad year, but as a group of blokes, it were. Good.
Did they get relegated that year?
We were like minus 12, and then but then I think we went through middle eights period or whatever it was. I think we won every game by one, so we actually killed it in playoffs.
So end of that year on loan, you eventually signed permanently at Bradford. Well, that split decision, or that literally just Leeds didn't want me?
No, so Leeds didn't want me. There was no contract with Leeds, and Bradford had sort of made it known. Bradford had sort of made it known that they wanted they wanted me if Leeds were going to let me go. So I think I joined like halfway through the year, and Leeds released me. Bradford sort of picked me up.
Right.
Yeah, now buzzing. Obviously, been a Bradford fan for a right move for me.
But they're still full time, or?
Yeah, full time. We had Jeff Tuvey then.
Oh,
Jeff Tuvey was coach.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we're going to come back to Bradford. We'll leave Bradford there for now and we'll come back to it. We'll skip a couple of years to 2022, I believe you signed a 2-year deal at Newcastle.
Yeah.
Obviously, first of all, why did you leave Bradford?
So Bradford then went part-time after that, and Newcastle were full-time, and there were a lot of buzz around it, and the team they were building, and I just thought, I've always said with my career I want no regrets. And I think if Newcastle had taken off and I'd have just been ignorant to it and not embraced it, I'd have probably regretted it. So obviously it didn't turn out the best, but I just thought, you know what, let's just let it go. It's full time. Money were all right, so let's give it a crack.
Yeah, because obviously you signed a 2-year deal. I think you did about 6 months.
I did about 6 months.
Were you travelling there and back every day?
So I was travelling there and back, and then it was time when petrol prices just skyrocketed. So I was spending a fortune on fuel, and it just became me and Hallas were spending loads of time together, and you know what I mean. And it was just one of them where it just wasn't feasible anymore. So
made it a bit of an easy decision, really.
The tough bit was it were such a good group of blokes, and Freddie were amazing. The staff they had were second to none. Like as a club, it was brilliant. Like, I loved my time, but it was just literally just
too hard.
A worldwide situation.
Fair enough, Then we're going to skip to. So you went back to Bradford for half a year.
Yeah.
And then following year, you signed at Hunslet for a year.
Yeah, I did.
How did that come about?
So I was basically waiting for Bradford to offer me a new deal.
Yeah.
And we just weren't getting out through. I don't really know why. And then eventually, just like this, I got a message just saying, "Oh, look, Hunslet wanted." Steve messaged me saying, "Mate, I'm going to Hunslet.
Yeah.
Do you wanna come?" So I said, "Go on then." Like it was my old man's club. We're Hunslet. He grew up an Hunslet fan. Like played for like third team, whatever it was back then. And so I thought, do you know what? Whilst there's a deal there, don't know if I'm going to get another. Let's just have a year and just have a good go at it. So I went to Hunslet.
So at that time there were a bit of a rumour going around. Were you off towards, or was that just a rumour?
No, so I'd originally signed. It was a weird one. So I was gonna go, and I was speaking to a team just outside Newcastle.
Right. Yeah.
Where I was gonna go, but then like everything sort of were a bit funny. They started like saying we'll pay for your flights, we won't pay for your missus's flights, and we can't guarantee you a job when you land. And my missus just got a good new job at Yorkshire Water, and we were ready to buy an house, like we're in the position to buy an house. So it was just dead strange. Like everything would, and I thought to go towards it's a big commitment that, and it was just all up in air. So I thought, you know what,
lost a bit of trust in the old deal and that.
Let's just pull plug.
So you do rock up at Hunslet. Successful year that year at Hunslet.
Yeah.
Finished second in league.
Yeah, it was good year that.
You enjoy your time at Hunslet?
Loved it, mate. I think as a club, like, because it was they just looked after you. You know, you felt valued. We're a great club and great group of lads as well. Staff were alright.
So we had Jimmy Watson on a couple of weeks ago, and we've obviously got into this. Obviously, finished second in league, flying. Went on a mad run, about 12 games unbeaten, beat the unbeaten Dewsbury that year.
Yeah.
Beat them at home. And then playoffs, it just fell apart, didn't it?
Yeah, we just went 2 and done, didn't we?
Obviously lost Miles Lawford through playoffs.
That were a big one, because he got his teeth knocked out or something.
Yeah, Bradford, didn't he?
Yeah.
Training with his parent club.
But
I'll ask you the same question what I asked Jimmy. Obviously, leading to playoffs, Alan Coulshire and Coach Cole let the news go that you're off to Swinton.
Yeah.
Do you think that impacted the group, or do you think it's just a coincidence?
I think it might have done, to be fair, because I think we're just going up to the playoffs, and then all of a sudden there's this massive uncertainty then about next year. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know who your coach is going to be, and like lads were then thinking, because I'd only signed a year. Steve were rumming and ahhing whether he'd go round again. Like lads were on 1 year deals, and we thought, to be fair, if we keep this squad together in Cham, I think we'd have gone all right.
Yeah, they were a very, very good team.
Adam.
We had Adam Ryder, he'd only signed a year. Matty Bearrell had only signed a year.
He came in mid-season,
and like so there were all this uncertainty, and then lads were like thinking about signing elsewhere, and because we don't know, because like I say, we enjoyed working under Killer and yourself and Bert's, and
it was a good group.
Very good group.
Very enjoyable year.
So I think unintentionally it probably did just
throw a bit of a span, as it were.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think there's much more to say on Hunslet other than what we've already covered, to be fair.
Yeah.
So then, obviously, I remember, I think it was late on in the year, to be fair, it might have been around playoffs time. I think Killer had made his decision then. I remember having a conversation with you and saying, oh, Bradford have come back in, and obviously it's too good a chance to turn back down.
Yeah.
Not going back to Bradford, so you re-sign at Bradford. Was it an easy decision?
I think once we got sort of, like I say, that uncertainty were happening, I thought, do you know what, let's just go back. So I remember speaking, again, it was because Freddie had got the job.
Yeah, Eamon O'Connell, obviously you worked with at Newcastle.
And I remember thinking, because I really enjoyed working with him, and I thought, you know, I'll get a chance to work with him again. Yeah. This time on my doorstep, it's ideal, so just so went.
So we're going to cover all your Bradford career now. So you've been there on and off 9 years in total?
9 years. Been 10 years.
You've got to be one of the only players ever who's played for the same club in League One, Champ and now Super League. Yeah. It's crazy. How do you sum up your time at Newcastle?
At Bradford.
At Bradford, sorry.
Yeah, no, roller coaster, mate. Like literally a roller coaster. So I think we've gone through 2 different owners, 3-4 different head coaches. But I think the most consistent things, obviously, I had John Key for a lot of my time, but God bless him. Yeah. And every group we had with John Key he just seemed to put together a group of unbelievable fellas who just worked so hard for each other. And then Freddie, he put together this group who just worked so hard for each other. So I've been lucky that every year I've been at Bradford, it's just been an unbelievable group of men. Yeah. Like 2019, I think we played and we beat Leeds that year. So some real highs, but some lows as well. Like some
going right down to League One.
Yeah, going down to League One.
That's one of my questions. What's the difference compared to like Championship to Super League?
Speed. So it's just it's so quick, mate. It's like the Champ's probably, could argue Champ's more physical because it's just full of people just want to take your head off. Whereas Super League's just so fast and so technical, like how they wrestle and how they get to floor and how they fight floor and all that kind of thing. That's probably what caught me a bit by surprise the first couple of games. Just how fast everyone moves, because even big men can shift, and then you've got wingers who are like middles. It's a step up, but
just the quickness of the game.
Yeah, just fast.
So go back to when you first signed at Bradford, relegated first year, playing League One. Yeah. Did you ever think, honestly, the club would ever get back to Super League in your time?
Yeah, part of me did, because they were pulling and pushing relegation and promotion, and then it were licensing, and then because there were that period where between like us, Widnes, Lee, and maybe London, you know, when and it were on Sky, and it were on Sky, and it like so me, Steve, and Joe Brown were at Odsall waiting for this decision, and then we didn't get in. Lee got in, and you're like, well, that's it, really, isn't it? Yeah. So when you're down in League One, Super League's a million mile away. Like you're running out at Hemel. And
some dark days.
And you just think it's an absolute pipe dream at minute Super League.
Are they ever going to get back to the force they were back in the 90s, do you think?
I think they will. I think there's enough backing at the club, and I think the people involved in the club like are ambitious and so hard working, and they do love it. And I think that passion will just bring people back. Like we've already brought a lot of fans back. Struggling at minute, like we've got 1,000,001 injuries.
I would say struggling with injuries.
Yeah, but I do think we'll get back. I do think they'll get back there eventually.
The signings they're making for next year is obviously progress.
Exactly.
Like bringing Bateman on that back.
Yeah, Bentley coming back.
Yeah, it's big signs, that, isn't it?
Yeah, Cam Scott's been really good this year, hasn't he?
Like to play with them.
I'm leaving, mate.
Now our next question, Joe. So obviously that brings me on to obviously a couple of weeks ago it was released. Obviously you're leaving. Yeah. How did that make you feel? 9 years, you know, could have had a little testimonial next year.
I know, could have had a
Las Vegas trip.
I know. Good, because obviously it's like I say, it's a team I've supported, and you know I just wanted to play for as long as I could. But yeah, at the same time, like I've done. If you'd have told me at your age that I was going to play in Super League for Bradford, I'd have snapped your hand off. So like, I've achieved more than a lot of people have, and a lot of people would want to do as well. So
how was a conversation with Kurt when he dropped the news?
Pretty honest, to be fair. He's an honest bloke, in all fairness. So he just pulled me in and said, look, I'm telling you this out of respect because you need to get your op done and you want to be fit. I wanted to be fit for next pre-season regardless where I was. So he just said, look, I'm letting you know early, like, you know, I love what you're about, love your effort and that, but you know, we're probably going to go in a different direction next year. So I thought, well, fair enough. Like,
you know where you're at.
Yeah, exactly. Can't argue with it. He said, you know, it's someone's opinion. So yeah, shook hands and.
So you played full-time, part-time, League One, Champ, Super League.
Yeah.
What do you think the biggest? Well, what's the most challenging thing between part-time and full-time? Obviously, when you're part-time, you've got to balance life, work.
Yeah.
Are they the biggest challenges? And
Yeah, it's your commitment, and you don't. You know, now I've got a little girl, like them who've got kids, you just won't see them. They just be in bed. You know, there's an ongoing joke wherever you go saying that like kids are like your lodgers in your house. Like you just don't see them. Like you might see your missus when you go up to bed. And, do you know what I mean? So that's quite tough. And then you know if you have. I think playing Sunday, if it played Saturday, I think it'd be loads easier. But you play Sunday, so you don't get a weekend, then you're having to give up all that, and then you play at 3 o'clock on a Sunday, and then you go home, you're in bed. You might have a couple of beers on a night, help you sleep because you can't sleep after a game, and then you're back in work Monday morning. So I think it'd be better. I understand why they don't, because at football or whatever else they say, but I do think it'd be better if they played Saturdays.
So talking of that, have you got anything sorted for next year? Or
not yet. No. If anyone's out there, I'm free.
Not talking to anybody or anything.
I've had a couple of offers. I've had a couple of offers. I'm speaking to a few clubs, but
definitely going again though.
Yeah, gonna go again. Yeah, going. I've still got life in me.
Dropping back to part time.
Yeah, go back part time. Yeah. So I'm a qualified mortgage advisor as well. So if anyone's got a mortgage or a remortgage,
a little bit of a drop in there, look. So. That brings us on to our next points now then. So in terms of going back to part-time, working full-time, financially, do you think you'll be better off, or do you think there's more money to be made as a full-time player? From your own perspective?
my own point of view, I'm part-time, I think. I think as a full-time player, I don't think that, like, I think there's a lot better than me out there. But I'm open, I'll give it everything I've got, but my talent is... It has a ceiling, do you know what I mean? So I think, I think I've got a lot to offer part time, and yeah, like I say, I quite enjoy the aspect of rugby. Then just happens at the end of the day, and you still take it seriously, but it becomes more of a not a hobby as such, but you mean it's not your be all and end all because you go to work and then you go to rugby and it's something else to focus on.
Switch off from
exactly. Whereas when you're full time, it should be all and all, and so that's where I probably prefer the part time in that sense. Yeah,
that's fair enough. Some good teams in the Championship now, or it's a tough old league.
Mate, like London, do you know what I mean? Like,
what do you think? That's another question. Then London are probably one of the best. Do you think they're going to go Super League?
You think they've got to?
Like, do you think they'll go 15-team comp?
Yeah, because I hope they do, just because I hope lads get a bye week.
Yeah.
I think season's long and hard enough. Like,
there has been a little whisper going around about Catalan now by all accounts.
What, that they're dropping out?
Well, just a whisper. I don't know how true it is. Right. You know what social media is like. Yeah. But with players, Catalan have already signed for next year. I just can't see it.
That's what I mean. And
I think it should go to a 15-team comp.
And they've like RFL kept Catalan in it for so long, like they can't get relegated and all this.
I know they had a difficult year this year,
but they won the Challenge Cup. They pull in all the they do pull in some talent. Look at Charlie Staines, for example, has been one of the best fullbacks. Is it for Tarpey in centres?
There's a couple coming over next year and all that. Sexton. He's off back to Perth.
But they've pulled in some talent, and they over here, like when they first came through, and they got Stacey Jones, people like that. So they do add something to comp, and I think they keep doing.
I think they're good for comp. And Cartwright just signed a 2-year deal, so there's got to be something behind
that. I don't think they're going to go play French Elite.
No, definitely. What do you make of the current state of the game? Obviously, there's always talk about NRL taking over Super League long term, but from a player's point of view, what do you find the state of the game?
So, business-wise, I don't really understand too much what's going on, but probably my biggest bugbear with it is it just seems like players come last. So like players come last all the time. We don't have a what's it called, a players union. We don't have one of them. Like there's no minimum wage. You've got lads playing in grand finals on like stuff you could earn more stacking a shelf.
Well, Chris Radlinski came out recently and said that about his academy players and that, didn't he? They could earn more working in a coffee shop.
Exactly.
And he's pushing for salary cap to go so they can pay more.
Exactly, and like players. I think one thing, to be fair, and Wigan are probably leading way out.
100% the best team in country. If not, they're up there in world with how they run the club. I'd say personally.
But you look at like who they've got coming through. Like this year, for example, when they've dropped people out and they've brought these young kids in, and it's just seamless, isn't it? It's just seamless.
They're so boring, aren't they? Wayne, Kai Taylor, Ray.
Yeah, exactly. Thewlish.
Farriman at Wigan.
Johnny in December.
Yeah.
Hodkinson.
They've got that.
Taylor Kerr,
who's that ginger
Shea O'Connor.
Yeah, he's a player. He's a player.
Right. They're just like I say, they get injuries, but there's just somebody to step in the all time.
They lost Bradford French, and then Jack Farriman came in and was best half in comp.
And Leeds.
Leeds have got youngsters coming through. Yeah,
Right.
I think that's the problem. I think you look at it, and you look at some reserve results. Your Leeds, Wigan, and Warringtons. After that, even like Saints reserves. There's times this year they've only fielded 15 players.
Yeah.
It's just not good.
And they're pulling them in from the teams, pulling them from here, there, and everywhere. It's just making a bit of a mockery of reserves comp.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with reserves and academy next year. If they continue it, or if they, I think they've got to look at how they're doing it again.
Yeah.
But you did previously speak about you'd like to get through your career, no regrets. So that was the next question. Have you got any regrets at all in up to this point?
I don't, to be fair. I think that's one thing I'm most proud of. Like, especially because I think I'd regretted not going to Hunslet as well for a year and hanging on, because, like I say, obviously lost my old man a couple of years back, and he was a massive Hunslet fan. So going and playing for them, like that year out of every year I've had, that means a lot to me. Yeah.
What about not getting to us? A little bit of a regret?
Yeah,
back of your mind?
Maybe, but I think
that were out your hands
again.
To
it was just a bit like we were ready to. Me and Hallas were ready to buy an house and like move on with next stage of his life. And she'd just been offered a job, and I think as an experience it'd have been unbelievable. But timing wise, were it right? I think maybe I made the right decision. But like you say, it's a bit of an unknown.
If you'd have gone to us, what would you have done there?
But work wise, like playing.
Like playing.
The play is part time, innit? So I'd gone over part time, but then you can get a job in like mines and stuff.
Yeah.
So like you go and work in these mines, drive these massive diggers and stuff, and get paid a fortune and get a tan and all.
You've just touched on it. Now we're going to come on to that about your dad. Obviously, your dad Steve.
Yeah.
Were it July 2020?
Yeah, 24.
24. Obviously, unfortunately, passed away suddenly.
Yeah.
Obviously, awful news for yourself, but somehow you managed to play 3 days later.
Yeah.
How did you get yourself through that?
Okay, it was just obviously when he passed, and it just like you're in denial and you're numb and all that. So it's an horrible experience, and I'd always speak to my dad after a game. So I thought when I'm being sat there, I'd just be sat at home thinking about it, watching games. So I thought I might as well play a game.
Yeah.
I think I went all right, to be fair. And I remember we beat York.
Yeah.
Zach Fulton scored last try to seal the game.
I thought you scored last try.
No, Zach did. I just fell to the floor and were like levering floor.
Did you score in that game?
No, I didn't score. I was good. I thought, I know.
I read a report this week, and Freddie's definitely wrong then, because he said you scored last try.
Did he? No, it was Zach Fulton who scored. Yeah.
Did you beat York pretty comfortable? Like, what about
we were
36,
we were
20,
beating them.
Yeah.
We were way up, and then they pegged it back.
Right.
And then Zach, I think someone must have scored, and then Zach scored last try, and it just sealed it. And I remember thinking like we've won game. And all this emotion just came out like
took over.
Yeah, it was mad. And then I saw my mum after the pitch.
Experience.
But Bradford proper looked after my family. Like, obviously, usually you get 2 or 3 tickets a game. I think Bradford give me like 25 for all the family.
Good occasion, good celebration for your dad.
Yeah, we had minute silence and that, and that was tough. But
leading team song after.
Yeah, leading team song after. I had a pint for him after, so it was all good.
Or 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you could play one game from your entire career, which one would it be?
Again, I would play I think I'd go. It's one of two. It's either my Super League debut or when we beat Leeds in Challenge Cup.
Yeah.
I'll go Leeds in Challenge Cup. I think that just because it was a
better outcome.
Yeah, it was just unbelievable. It was an unbelievable day. I think debut were good, but that feeling of beating them was special. Yeah.
Were you League One or Champ then?
We were champ. Yeah, we were champ.
I remember the game, like. Also won it.
Yeah, we were right. Honestly, it was an unbelievable game. Good night after it all.
What's the most special try you've scored for like to come back or something?
So I have played more than this game in my career, I promise. But I scored in that Leeds game. I remember Rowan remember Rowan like did a show and go, and then I remember thinking I should push on this really, and you see me like in a split second just think, oh balls, I need to get no, I need to get there. So I pushed through and just somehow got to the line, but then everyone just piles on.
What's your favourite memory?
Favourite memory?
That game, right, 2009.
Yeah, I'm gonna go away from that now. Favourite memory? It's a good one, that. Yeah, Super League. I'd say Super League debut or my first game for Bradford. We played Hull KR away, and I had my family in the. When you go to KR and you come out tunnel and turn left.
Yeah.
And my family were in that stand, bottom corner.
Oh, I was sure like your dad.
I think that's where away fans sit.
Yeah.
So they were all in there, and I was warming up, and I didn't know where anyone was, and I just heard them all shouting and looking over. And that was the first game. I thought that were a good feeling.
Brilliant,
Two more. How do you feel now being a hooker compared to being a prop?
Compared to being a prop, do you know what, mate? I enjoy being a front rower, and now I can play a bit of 13 as well. You still get that like little bit of.
Yeah.
You still can play that position, but being a 9, there's like loads of thinking you have to do, like, and I'm getting a bit slower in my old age, so just loads to learn. But it was exciting at the time. I enjoyed having to like having to learn a different position. Yeah, I enjoyed that, but yeah, it was tough. But I was lucky, like I had James Seguiaro come over and Matt Parcell.
He was a freak when he first came over, wasn't he?
Yeah. He just like everything he did just seemed very effortless, but he just took time to like go through stuff with me, and Matt Parcell was the same, and then we had I had Scott Moore as well at Bradford. Yeah, so he
had a good career.
He taught me loads. He was smart, Scotty. So yeah.
And then last one, what's your tips for kids to try and make it pro?
Tips for kids. Do you know what? So since I've started. Help out with West Bowling under 12s, because Hallas' cousin plays there, and usually it's same, enjoy it and listen to your coach and that. But one tip I think kids don't go out and play enough. You know, like just get a ball in your hand and just go throw it or go kick it, and just find a way, find your way of passing, find your way of kicking.
Have a ball in your hands as much as possible.
Just run around and stuff, because you see kids now and they can't even do a lap at field without getting out of breath. Whereas like when I was a kid, we were all in park, goal kicking or passing ball or kicking ball. You find your own way then, and then when you go to a setup, they just fine tune everything. But I just say get out with the ball in your hand.
So I didn't know you were coaching. So is that something you want to do when you retire? Do you think you'd like to get into coaching?
I think so. Yeah. I think I don't sort of as I've older I've got, the more I've sort of tried looking at more finer details at game. Like when you're younger, you just like. You just love watching it, don't you? I like watching all lads and stuff, but then the more you hear like different analysts go through stuff, I find different ways of thinking about the game interesting. Yeah.
Especially with what's out there now, you've got so much access to the game now. It's mental.
Yeah, that's what we were talking before, weren't we, about different podcasts and stuff like that. Like
so much.
And, like you can listen to Andrew Johns and Brad Fittler at a touch of a button.
Breaking game down.
Play
by play.
Yeah.
100%. Mad Mondays. We had this conversation with Jimmy. We can't miss a chance to get a couple of stories out here, Sam. Who's the best bloke on Mad Monday?
Oh mate. So I played with a fella at Bradford, and I think everyone who played with him will say it. Mikey Wood, mate.
I had him at Hunslet.
Honestly, mate, one of the funniest men I have ever come across in my life on a Mad Monday. Like even now, like you meet up with old lads and the stories about him are just stuff of legend.
He's mad, isn't he?
He's unbelievable value. Like Steve's good on beer. Just funny. George Flanagan, very funny. My mate James Green, good on beer. Who else?
Any stories what you can share?
Any stories
what a PG?
I'm trying to think. There's been so we once went to Blackpool, and it's not. You definitely ought to be there, but and it was like the theme was you had to pick a colour out, and then you had to dress head to toe in that colour. So like I picked white out. I think I went as like Boris Becker or something. Just picked blonde wig, white overalls and that. And Steve picked yellow, and no one knew what he'd come at. No one knew what he were going to come as. So he's rocked up to the top house at 8 in the morning, and he's come through the door, and he's grown a big handlebar moustache, and he's got full Hulk Hogan attire on. So anyway, we get on bus to Blackpool, and everyone's dressed as all sorts. Like, I think George Flanagan were like, "Orange is the new black." He were all in that. They're all sorts. And then it got to about, must have been maybe midnight, and we're in this pub or bar or whatever it was in Blackpool. And I've just turned round, and you know when you forget that other people are, you're in fancy dress, and then I look round, and Steve's laid there, like sat there just asleep, holding his pint, just dressed as Hulk Hogan, and there's just normal people in like jeans and a t-shirt, and I think, what are they thinking here?
Oh,
So I lock him up, and I think we just walked back to the hotel. No, we've had enough here.
Oh, don't you want to get stuck with?
On a mad Monday.
Who's the germ?
Who's the germ? Do you know what? Genuinely, but like with this sport, you don't come across that many bad blokes. So I don't think. I'm trying to think. Who would I not want to get stuck with? No, none. To be fair, they're all. To be fair, if on my Mad Mondays, I tend to just. If I want to avoid someone, I'm quite good at that. So I ain't really been stuck with anyone. That's good.
Oh, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Right, we're going to move on to your 1 to 17.
1 to 17, yes. So I've tried. What I've tried to do is I've not gone any. I've got one current teammate because I couldn't decide between a position.
Yeah.
And I've not gone any at Leeds lads apart from one.
Yeah.
Just because I didn't play that long with them, but I did play a few games with this lad.
Right. Yeah.
So
we'll start with your fullback.
my fullback. So this is where I've gone current teammate. This.
Right.
So I couldn't decide between Tom Holmes and Brandon Pickersgill.
Right.
I was flipping a coin that. Yeah, it's just too hard.
Yeah.
So I thought instead I'd go with Luke Hooley. So that's no disrespect to Hooley because he were like as a fullback, he's a fantastic fullback. Yeah, just can pick a pass.
Yeah.
But Holmesy and Pickers, I couldn't split him. Like Holmesy were a game breaker. Like he could just pick ball up and go length. And then Pickers were just so silky out back and safe as houses. So I really couldn't decide. So I thought I'd go with my good mate Luke.
Right, move on to your wingers.
So I've got one of them. I've got Jack Render.
Oh, outstanding.
He were not only a great fella, but he was coming out of yardage and finishing. He was so underrated. Like, I thought after that year he could have like really gone to like a real good level.
He's gone to Union.
Yeah, he's gone to Union now. But I thought Render were incredible that year I played with.
It was incredible. 2024 and all. Yeah, they got promoted. Yeah.
He's got winning try
against Swinton. Yeah.
And a good fella as well, a real good fella.
Yeah.
Other winger, I've gone George Tafua. Just anytime the ball got shifted to our left edge, I just used to watch fullback and just in about 10 seconds time he was just getting flat. He just used to jam and just hit something.
Has he gone back home now?
Yeah, he's gone back home because him and his partner, I think they've got 2 kids now, so he's playing for like local league. But I remember there were a clip, because he went to Union as well, and there were a clip released. If you get a minute, you want to Google George Tafua highlights on YouTube, but there were a clip where this like plasterer or something that's carried a ball and Tafua was just melted him in amateur rugby union. Like he just used to do it all the time, but and a lovely fella as well. Really quiet but lovely fella.
The centres.
So centres, I've gone. One of my centres, I've gone Kieran Gill.
Yep.
Just guaranteed 20 tries a year. Again, top fella. Guaranteed tries. Yeah. Safe in defence, like
loves a kick chase.
Like just a good bloke, and like I say, just good for tries. Really good for tries. Putting his winger away as well. Really good player, Gilly. Other one I played with him at Newcastle, Sam Halsall.
Yeah.
So he came on loan from Wigan, and he was like he was playing a different game at times. He was just quick, strong. Yeah. You just knew he was real deal. Right, and it's no wonder now why he's doing what he's doing in the Super League. He's really good.
Year 6 and year 7.
6, I've gone Bruffy, Danny Brough. I think obviously I got him towards back end, but the way he used to talk about game, I learned a lot of Bruffy. I don't think he realised how I was listening. Because the way he used to talk about the game, and he basically ran our attack that year. Yeah. Just so smart, and then he was basically playing on one leg anyway. I think his hip had gone. Yeah. So, and he just used to kick people to death because we were playing at Dewsbury at the time. And he used to put these spiral bombs up, and he'd just land it in them boxes either side. And I just thought, how on earth are you doing that? So he'd be my 6, and then 7, I've gone Dane Chisholm. Oh. So I played with some really good halves, but I wanted a bit of a game breaker in there.
Yeah, Quality player.
Chiz just could,
Yeah.
he could win you a match by himself.
Yeah.
Like, he was
100%.
unbelievable. I remember when we played Ulkr at Summer Bash and he just went length at field, like, easy as.
Still ripping up in Oz and all.
Yeah, he still plays
league,
still plays local league, but yeah, he were a player, Chiz. Again, great fella. We'd have a good Mad Monday with this team, I'm telling you. There's some good men in here.
Yeah, 2 starting props.
So I've gone, this is the one Leeds player, I've gone Mikolai.
Right, yeah.
Again, came through academy with Mick.
Yeah.
Just worked so hard. Really looked after himself. Again, lovely fella, but just his work ethic. We're top notch.
I think he's having his best year this year.
Yeah, but he's turned into one of premium props. I think company's going to Perth.
Be interested to see how he goes in NRL. 100%.
Just a really big athlete, but like he was really raw, Mick, when he first came in, and like you'd watch him catching it, look really uncomfortable, but the amount of work he put into his core skill, that's like I said, that's why he's doing so well now. I think. And my other one, I've got for my big mate.
Got with Steve.
Yeah, I've got Big Steve. Yeah, I've got to go Big Steve. Just a leader of men, innit? Just
great bloke.
Great bloke. Just you had any problem, you went to Steve, and he'd take it to a club, and it got sorted. And you just led by example. Everything he did. And I've never seen a man drink as much wine on the way back from a away trip. Hooker. So
You got yourself.
no, I'm going to put myself 18th man in this team. I don't get in this team. I'm going to coach this team. So 9, honourable mention would be Scott Moore, because I thought he was a genius, but I've gone with Tom Doyle at 9.
Yeah.
Just anywhere within 10 metre, you just write a play off because Doyle was going by himself. But 9 times out of 10 he'd score. It was just tough us out in defence. Like,
hopefully he can kick on. Just signed at York.
Yeah, just signed at York.
Again, yeah.
He's had a bit of a nasty time with injury, so I'm hoping that he kicks on. But just a great fella, great player. Really enjoyed playing with Doyle. Back rows. So Aaron Murphy going one back row.
Yeah.
And
Good bloke as well.
Yeah, terrific
Great
fella.
player.
But playing with one hand, I don't know how he did it, but a great player, mate. Unbelievable engine. Just never ever made a mistake. Really.
Where's he playing with him? Bradford?
Played at Bradford with him, yeah. And then my other one would be Matty Nick.
Yeah.
He came on loan from Wigan, again, same time as Sam Halsall. Before he signed up to Newcastle. And again, sometimes it was just like he was playing a different game. Like he was just. There was no about him. He was quite a wiry build, but he was just so strong, and he had the biggest feet I've ever seen. Like his feet were like length of that iPad. It was massive feet. But I thought the other one I wrote down was Connor Farrell.
Yeah.
Like he didn't get in, but I think he was so underrated. Yeah. So he was related to like Liam Farrell, Andy Farrell, all them. But he were at Fev.
Yeah.
Came through at Wigan. I played at Bradford with Connor Farrell, and he was. Yeah, just again a bit like Murph. Yeah. Just never ever made a mistake. Tough as out. Player. Yeah. Just a good player.
Matty Nicholson's a good choice, so he's ripping it up now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's killing it in NRL.
Absolutely. Especially after a bad injury he had and that.
Yeah, exactly.
Back,
And, but again, another top bloke. Yeah, top lad.
Who you got up loose forward?
I've gone Elliot Minchella.
Oh yeah.
So I've just never seen a score try scoring like it.
Yeah.
Just he played it back row a little bit when he were at Bradford.
Yeah.
But you just tell his skill level were just ridiculous there, and that's when he was part time, and you couldn't get that much time.
Been a few rumours knocking about him back to Bradford, haven't there?
Yeah, but he's skipper at KR.
I can't see it anytime soon.
No, that's what I mean. He's playing really well, and they're in a good position, aren't they? So maybe to walk back into his career, I don't know, but I don't think right now.
Not just yet, no.
Have
you got a bench?
I have got a bench. So
14?
14, I think you've got to have George Flanagan in there somewhere.
Junior.
No, senior. Senior's got to be in there.
Same as Jimmy Watson. He had him at 14.
He's got to come off at bench. He was same as Doyley. Like with both of them, you just write off a play in your team. But 9 times out of 10,
he's trying to barge over every set, innit?
Yeah, exactly. 15, I've gone Franklin Pele. So I've gone big bench here.
Yeah.
But
typical Bradford side.
Yeah, we're going big bench here. I've gone big Frank. So Frank again, bit like George Tafua. Really quiet, really nice fella, but when he touched ball, you just couldn't stop him. And he used to come onto the ball, and he used to really look after himself as well. Like he was really professional in that regard. And I think he got a bit of a he got this mad reputation, I think, because of his old debut, and then how he left Hull, and then he left Bradford, and people gave him a really hard time. It was quite hard to see, to be fair, because when you know Frank and you know his Mrs Taylor as well, like they're just lovely people, and he was just trying to do best for his family. So Frank gets in there. Number 16 is James Green, so really, really good mate of mine. Played at Cass, OKR, Bradford. He was about 6'9" or whatever he was, but just he were a horrible thing, really big horrible thing. Like tackling scaffolding, like it were all elbows and knees. But again, he'd come off at bench, he'd do what Big Frank does, just come onto the ball, and you could bring in George on behind them as well. You're winning a few rucks there. And then last one, because if I don't mention him, I'll probably get shouted at. Is Ant Walker. I'll bring Ant Walker on off bench. Walks ain't getting in this team on talent. Walks is just because he's crap. No, he don't. Like, I think you bring them three off at bench, you're winning more rucks than you're losing there. But Walks again, Walks were like a throwback, a bit of a funny shape, but he were. You just couldn't stop him carrying the ball. George is going to have to work overtime in defence, especially on Walks and Greeny. But no, I think
you've got some grafters in back row to cover.
I've got some grafters in back row, like I say. End of season we're having fun there because there's some funny men in that team.
Some team is that. You don't know half of them, will you?
No. Who would you pick for your coach?
The coach, I've got John Keir.
Yeah, the legend, John Keir.
And then captain.
Captain of course, Steve. Of Steve as skipper, and JK as coach. Just
talking John Keir, obviously, God bless him, like you said earlier, but do you think he had a big impact in that game against Leeds? Were you coaching 2019? Yeah. So obviously, Mr. Challenge Cup.
Yeah, we had. I thought the way he managed that entire week was unbelievable. So we had a meeting on like the Thursday game or whenever it was, Saturday. We had a meeting on the Thursday, which was team run day, and we all just sat down in a circle. And John just said, "Right, I want you to think about what it'd mean to you to win the Challenge Cup, and what it'd mean to you to win on Saturday." And we were all like, right, okay. But he got all the staff involved as well. So you're hearing all these different stories and people like opening up and being a bit vulnerable to each other. And there was just like something in the air then where you just thought, there's no way we're losing this. Because people were getting like a bit emotional and like telling stories that you'd never even think of hearing. And like then it was just, obviously he went out and it just felt like there was no way we were going to win. Like he got stories from the Sheffield team he coached. He got a couple of blokes to sort of give stories that side. And just like the full week, how he managed that week were unbelievable.
That's why he's Mr. Challenge Cup.
Yeah, exactly. But what a fella, and sad.
It's sad, 100%. Have you got any questions, Woody? Been on a different planet today, mate. Well, Sam, I think that brings us to end. Anything else, Joe?
Thanks for coming.
No, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, mate. Really appreciate it. So, thanks for being here, and we'll see you soon, and good luck with whatever's next.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, pal.
Thank you.